What if I told you that being lazy is actually good for you? Yeah, I know it sounds weird, but hear me out. For a long time, I felt that pressure that if I wasn't constantly working, grinding, and pushing myself, then I'm not doing enough. And honestly, it's exhausting. People would see me sitting around, relaxing, daydreaming, and they would label me as lazy. And at some point, I started thinking, what's wrong being lazy? What's wrong being myself, doing my own thing, without always trying to live up to other people's standards? The truth is, we have been conditioned to feel guilty for being lazy because society measures success by how much you do. If we're not constantly on, then it's like we are wasting our time. But think about it, who decided that being productive is the only way to measure success? What's wrong with taking it easy? It's funny because when I take time off, whether if it's relaxing or just spacing out, that's when I get some of my best ideas. It's when I start thinking clearly without the noise or pressure to perform. I remember there was this one time when I was stuck on a project and no matter how much I tried to push to get results, the ideas weren't coming. It felt like I was hitting a wall. The harder I worked, the worse it got. So I decided to get lazy. I just dropped the project and disconnected. And guess what? When I came back, the solution was right there waiting for me. It was like the answer had been there all along, but I couldn't see it because I was just too busy trying to be productive. That was a turning point for me, and I realized that sometimes being lazy, being able to step back, might just be the most productive thing you can do. Here's the thing. We've been made to believe that laziness is some kind of flaw. But why? Why should we be made to feel guilty for not constantly doing? I think it comes down to society's obsession with productivity, with measuring success based on how much work you can squeeze into your day. But is that really living? Because to me, being lazy sometimes is just giving myself space to think and to recharge. I don't have to live up to someone else's definition of success, and neither do you. If being lazy sometimes means that you get to reconnect with yourself, to feel rested, and to be ready for what's next, then what's the harm in that? I think we're often pushed into this box where we feel like we have to hustle 24/7, and if we don't, that means we are falling behind. But who are we really competing with? What if the only person that you need to be competing with is yourself? In my philosophical books, it's about finding balance. There's time for work and there's time for everything else, including being lazy. And I found that the more I listen to myself and give myself the permission to be lazy, the more creative and productive I become in the long run. Do you feel the same way? So, over time, I've come to embrace it, that being lazy isn't about slacking off, it's about balance. It's about knowing when to step back, when to let your mind wander, and when to enjoy life without feeling the constant need to prove something. As Robert Greene once said, too much control is bad. Better to sometimes let go and even be lazy, as long as it comes from an awareness of what is happening inside and outside you. And that's exactly it. Being lazy with awareness will actually make you stronger in the long run. Honestly, it's freeing to just say, you know what? I'm taking today off, because when I come back, I'll be stronger, more creative, and ready to do good work. So here's what I want you to take away from this. Being lazy isn't something to feel guilty about. Sometimes it's exactly what you need. It's okay to take it easy, to do nothing, and just let yourself rest. In fact, sometimes it's just about the most productive thing you can do. Don't let other people's standards of what success looks like define how you live. Be lazy if that's what works for you, and don't apologize for it. So what about you? Have you ever felt guilty for taking time off, or did being lazy help you in a big breakthrough? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so please leave them down in the comment box below. Thanks for watching as always, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.